Judicial Watch is right now in the middle of 50 lawsuits investigating the deep state attacks on President Trump. We're getting the documents. Judicial Watch found that Christopher Steele, the Clinton DNC spy, was paid by the FBI in 2016 during the campaign. So you got Hillary Clinton and the DNC paying this guy to go after Trump, and you also have the FBI paying him. And then they stopped paying him because it turned out he was a leaker. Yet they happily used Bruce Orr, whose wife worked there, so he was conflicted. She worked at Fusion GPS, worked with Christopher Steele. So they used Bruce Orr to talk to Christopher Steele. It was Judicial Watch that uncovered the documents, showing dozens of communications between Bruce Orr and Christopher Steele, the anti-Trump Clinton spy, during 2017. And it was also Judicial Watch that got out the FISA warrant applications that confirmed their fraudulent nature. And it was also Judicial Watch that confirmed, through our litigation, that there was not one FISA court hearing on the 4 applications, the initial application and 3 renewals targeting President Trump. I don't know about you. I know the FISA courts often don't have hearings, but it seems to me if they're going to have a hearing, they need to have it if the FBI wants to spy on a presidential candidate and or the President of the United States. All that information came out thanks to Judicial Watch. So what I would suggest is that John Durham go to the Judicial Watch website and look up our material, because it's all there to begin his prosecutions. And we've got new information coming out every day, it seems. And along those lines, we have new documents showing that this guy, Bruce Orr, he just, if you listen to Bruce Orr and read his testimony, he suggests he was just an intermediary. He was just conveying information from the FBI, from Christopher Steele to the FBI. He didn't really think it was much of a conflict to have his wife there, working at the same place. So he had no problem doing any of that. He was just doing his job. Well, he was an anti-Trump activist, because we have the documents that prove it. This is the headline from our release. Judicial Watch releases email exchange between State Department official and Bruce Orr targeting Trump with Steele dossier material. It's a conversation, the emails are, they came from the Justice Department, showing a conversation between former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for the Bureau of European and Eurasian Affairs, Kathleen Kavalik, an Obama appointee. This all took place after Trump was elected, but before he was inaugurated. So the conversations were between Kavalik and Bruce Orr discussing the targeting of Donald Trump. So in discussing a meeting with the potential source for a Mother Jones article accusing the Trump campaign of taking money from a Russian oil magnate, as well as Christopher Steele's connection to that source, and the source is a guy by the name of Serge Milan. Kavlik emails Orr citing the accusatory Mother Jones article. Mother Jones is a far-left publication and a vehicle for the Fusion GPS smearing of President Trump. They leaked the dossier to Mother Jones. No, it wasn't Mother Jones. I think that was The Nation. Either way. Orr says, I really hope we can get something going here. In fact, he says, I really hope we can get something going here. We'll take another look at this. So here you've got Kavalik, who had been in communication with Christopher Steele, because she references her notes of her communications with Steele, sending this information suggesting Russia involvement in the Trump campaign after he's elected. So you got this Obama political appointee coordinating with deep stater Bruce Orr, and Bruce Orr happily says, I hope we can get something going on here. We'll take another look. And in response to that, Kavalik again says, I see there's a connection between Chris Steele and the Sergei Milan guy, this Russian businessman who was an alleged source for the anti-Trump dossier, which turned out to be salacious and unverified, as Comey told us 2 years ago, almost, and as Mueller confirmed again. Now, Kavalek recently came to national attention because of these notes. Our friends at Citizens United had also asked for documents and received some documents showing that she had that meeting, as I said, in October of 2016 with dossier author Christopher Steele, or alleged author Christopher Steele. Because I'm sure you've got your theories as to where that dossier really came from. And that story, those stories confirm, or those documents confirm that, Steele really didn't know what he was talking about, and Kavalek called him out on it in her communications about what he told her. I think he talked about the Miami consulate of the Russians organizing the Trump conspiracy, collusion, and guess what? There is no Miami consulate for the Russians. So again, these documents are a shocking example of the deep state plotting against President Trump. I don't know how else to put it. And again, it just occurred just weeks after he was elected, November 21st, 2016. And now there's no doubt that Bruce Orr and the Obama State Department were working with the Clinton gang to target President Trump. You have this Obama official sending material to Bruce Orr, tying it up with Christopher Steele and the Russia hoax. Well, there was a hoax. There was no evidence. This is all just news stories percolating around, and a political hack, Christopher Steele, trying to tell us, we should believe him because he was a foreign spy for a period of time. Unbelievable. So, John Durham, take a look at this press release. Judicial Watch is doing your work for you.